Okay. All right, we're here. I'm doing things. I'm hoping things are working all right. I decided today was a good day to just randomly redo all of my sound stuff. So hopefully things are going okay. Yeah. Yeah. So there should be music going through the stream right now. So I have rejiggered my entire sound thing, so now I have the ability to change volume on my monitors versus what's going on with the stream. So right now, the music that you're listening to right now in the stream is actually completely different than the music that I'm listening to in my head, because the stuff that I'm playing on stream is royalty free, and the stuff that I'm playing in my head is not. So if that is the case, then this is kind of cool. This is what I wanted to do. In fact, let me test this. Okay, I'm actually listening to my stream live right now. So the music you're listening to right now on the stream is actually different than what I am listening to. And I'm not entirely sure about levels yet, so if anyone ends up listening, if you can give me an idea of what the levels sound like, because like I said, I rejiggered my whole audio system, so I don't know exactly what the levels actually sound like. Because right now I'm just going off the bars on the audio mixer. To me, that looks okay, but we don't know. So yeah, today is going to be a drawing stream, because I want to. I've been meaning to do a drawing stream for a while now, and just stuff getting in the way and all that jazz. Yeah, so if I start jamming out to music that doesn't sound the same as what you're listening to, there's a reason. Because I got my own playlists and stuff that get me hyped up and inspire me for what I want to draw. And as long as I don't push the wrong button, you guys shouldn't hear it. Which means I won't get kicked off of YouTube. Anyway, so... I'm trying to figure out how I want to set this up exactly. Want to do it this way? I could probably do it this way. Okay. So as you can see, I have been able to actually connect this. So this is a quirk of mine. I'm not sure how many artists do something like this, but I actually really like drawing on grid paper. Just because it gives me a little bit better idea about like dimensions and stuff like that, uniformity, all that jazz. Yeah. So that's one of the things I like to do is I really like to draw on grid paper. So I have this is like my kind of default that I've been doing lately. With my actually I need one to go on that one, on that layer. This is kind of my default setup for when I start drawing, mostly because a lot of the stuff I draw, at least recently, has not been artistic. It's been more designs. So this past year, I've been um, I've started to get some medication for my ADHD, and so it's been a little bit easier to focus. And I had actually for a while started um, building up a woodworking shop in my garage. So I work at a metal cutting facility, metal cutting shop. So I was able to cut out a couple metal pieces for my woodworking shop on my garage, and I used this as my setup for drawing out the designs, because I have it set up so that you might be able to see it up here. Like each one of these little squares, each one of these is an inch. So I actually had it scaled out and everything. So, so yeah, I had it all scaled out for design work. So over the last couple days, since I actually decided to since I decided to do this art stream, I had been meaning to come up with an idea of what I wanted to actually draw. I know that I do better with objects, specifically like weapons and stuff like that. Like I like drawing swords and things like that. So that I knew I wanted to do something like that, but beyond that, I was batting around a couple different ideas and never actually decided on one. So I'm still not entirely sure what I want to do. And it's like, or how exactly I'm going to do it. But that's the point of the stream, is to just figure out. Excuse me. I still have a little bit of a cough for this past week. All right. I'm going to mess around with my playlist for a second. Why does this not have all of my songs on it, though? Oh, because is this reversed? No, it's just random. Yeah, it just seems random, which is weird. Plus there's some that are not on here. Anyway, I'll mess with this a little bit. But, so I've been batting around a couple of different ideas, and one of which that I'm reminded of, one of the things that I really like in fantasy, in science fiction, like the kind of weapon type that I like, is something that is indirectly manipulated. So, like, I love floating swords that, like force powered sword throws and your saber throws, that kind of stuff. I love that kind of stuff. So it's pretty easy. Like D&D, there's a spell called Spiritual Weapon that's basically the effect I'm kind of like, where it's just kind of except I want it to be more localized, where it's on the person. So what I might try to do is create. We'll make a backpack type, kind of a back apparatus that acts as kind of a control unit for some. We start off with 2, but theoretically could be as many as we want. But for a system for manipulating probably swords. I like swords. A system for manipulating swords from the character's backpack. Well, let's just have this on pen, just for the hell of it. So the program that I'm using right now is a program that I've had for a little bit. It's called Artflow. So it's not quite as fancy as Procreate or anything like that, but for what I typically do, it's pretty good. I mean, it's nice because it does have pressure sensitivity, especially since I have actually a pen that can use it. It does have some stabilization effects, that kind of stuff. Overall, it's a pretty, and what's nice about this tablet too is it actually has finger rejection. So like I can manipulate the size of the canvas without actually drawing, which is really nice. It'll only draw with the pen. This is the first time I've had a tablet that actually has that kind of functionality, which is nice. Which is one of the reasons why I kind of wanted to start drawing again. What do I want to do? Let's just try to think. Just looking through my music right now. Let's see. Again, I'm jamming out to a song that doesn't quite match the one we're listening to. It's because all the audio stuff. Okay, so so it's down there. So I'm just trying to use this as kind of a scale for the backpack itself. Yeah. I am not good at drawing straight lines. It's one thing that impresses me about a lot of artists is how they're able to just make shapes. It's complete freehand. That's not something that I'm great at. So that's another thing I need to practice. So I'm trying to think. So this is going to be a backpack that is able to utilize multiple swords. It just kind of pulls them, unsheaths themselves, and are able to float around be able to float around this person. Yeah. They're able to kind of float around this person. They're able to manipulate them. The question I kind of want to answer is it much more like force powered where they don't really have to act or anything? I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of that. I do like there to be kind of indirect manipulation. So it's like the backpack is what's controlling the actual levitation and movement. Well, and again, another thing that might be cool is to not just integrate the backpack. Backpack could be more of a power source and a storage unit, but the actual like manipulation point could actually be on the arms. It could be like gauntlets. So that is like they're still manipulating the swords, but they're being able to do it from a distance. I think that'd be kind of cool. I kind of like that idea. So we got another thing that I really like in my designs are I really like sharp angles and lines in general. There's actually a mirror up here that I designed in high school, I believe, and it's a pretty simple design, but it's one that I really like. Where it's like a front-facing sword, handles right here, and the sword's facing out. It's very sharp angles to it. It's very straight sides to it. So I really like sharp angles, like straight edges in my designs, generally. Question is, we probably can start off with, like in theory this could be kind of an expansion thing to it, but we can start off with just 2 swords. So these would be the swords kind of stuck in the backpack. I think it might be the question is, do I want Do I want them to slide up, or do I want them to just kind of go out? Okay. This is yet again one of the parts of drawing that I struggle with. Is I'm already thinking of doing a completely different idea. I could start off simple and just do like just a basic sword. That's what I think I'll do instead. So there is a VR game that I have called Until You Fall. It's a VR game. It's basically a single-player roguelike, first-person roguelike, where you're actually doing sword fighting. And there are a couple weapons in that game that I really like the design of. One in particular, it has a couple straight blades, long sword type blades, but there's one in particular that's got this just really cool curved design to it, which is one of the rare times. I just mentioned how I like sharp angles and stuff in my designs. This is one of the few times that I actually really like that curve to it. Or the other option is I can pull up a sword timber thing and except I got a tablet in front of me. Where's my keyboard? I mean, I didn't see anything about this year's sword timber. Okay. All right. So okay, we can start off with this just to get something going. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit here and ponder for the next 2 hours. This actually isn't a bad idea. Just for this kind of stuff anyway. So I got the prompts now. I don't know if I can actually show them on the screen or not. Because I'm doing window, not display, or yeah. That's the other problem, is every time I exit the window, it does this. So I do have this do have this now. This is the Sword Timber promise from this past year. You know what? Let's just roll a number, go with that just for the sake of having a problem, until I actually could come up with something, an idea. We're gonna do a D30. Trying to remember how to do a custom dice on this. Alright, so I got a D30 on my dice roller. Let's see what we get. Alright, I got 17. So that is gem. Okay. Gem. Why is it not doing it? Okay. Alright, so that reconnected. Okay, but why is it not connecting there? Well, if you're not doing tech support, part of your stream isn't really a live stream. That's what I always say. Make up your mind. Yes, I know it's ready to connect wirelessly. Alright, let's try this again. There we go, we got that. Alright, we got this. Okay, so we got gem. So it's definitely going to have more of a shard type design to it. It's going to be much more jagged, much more fractal. So it's definitely going to be more straight edges. Too loud. Too loud. Too big. There we go. What side's going to be the actual cutting edge? So I think this side is going to be the actual like cutting edge of this sword. It's actually, I think, a song that I skip normally. Yes. Doesn't look like much of anything right now. Doesn't look much of anything yet. Just not sure about this. Well, actually kind of makes it look a little bit better. Just getting rid of that one line. I'll I think what's up? Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's not that big a deal. As long as you don't like say our address or anything like that, it's okay. Just looks a little bit too big. to visualize gem. Yep, that was the support underneath my desk, and that was my knee. Whoops. Right one. I still got a lot of room. I gotta think about like how is this actually gonna have a cutting edge? I mean, it's gonna end up looking more like a club than an actual sword. Okay. Let's take a look at some gemstones. Because that's the other thing is gemstones don't necessarily have to be angular. I mean, a lot of gemstones, when they're first found, are round, and then they're formed into the crystalline shapes that we are used to. Just jamming out to my music. Okay, what if I kind of start with the outside first? So it would be I don't want it to be just completely zigzag. But it would be a lot of sharp angles to it. Yeah, it'd be a lot of sharper angles. I also don't want it to follow the same angles. The other thing is the gem part of it doesn't necessarily have to be just, it doesn't have to be the whole thing. Okay. So I still want angular. I'm already starting to like this design a little bit better. Question. So that's the cutting side. I would like to actually make this a little more. Point in doing a bunch of erasing because this is literally just the opening sketch. So this is the cutting edge of it. The question is, what kind of design do I want for the back? I mean, this is entirely impractical when it comes to an actual weapon, but who cares? Oh. Yeah. Is that sufficient? Another secure thing for my tablet. go with that. You know what? I'm dealing with the gemstone. Let's go with the chisel brush. Actually, let's not. Let's go with the rectangular one. Alright, I don't really like rectangular brushes. Let's try this one. Alright. I don't really like the rectangular brushes. I just honestly prefer just round. Yeah. Okay. Ugh. Most of this is going to be lines anyway, so... actually not as bad as I was expecting it to be. Oh, it's still not great, but... Bamboo pen. Honestly, I just kind of like the round marker. a stable platform. My tablet. I'll just like shift suddenly like that and throw my let's try doing this flat instead of trying to prop it up. these options. Um, can I use it as a mask? I don't even know. Upload. There's a bunch of options on here that I've never done before. I have no idea what they actually mean. So what? So that's kind of fun. I don't know if I can. I wonder. That just does that. Oh. I wonder. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I learned something today. That's not the one I want. Not that layer. That's cool. Well, I'm learning something with this. Okay, so that's where like that darker section that I just colored, that's kind of where the thickest parts of the gem are. So that's why it's a little bit darker, I think. I want that front edge to be more polished. So I think we'll go. Oh, that's cool. Again, I'm finding out more stuff about this program that I've had before. Yes, we have all arted before. Ugh. Um, I don't know. Oh, obviously this is just flat colors. What happens if I do this? Okay, that actually makes it darker than I was expecting. A weird sword. So at the beginning of this stream, I was struggling with ideas, honestly. So there's a yearly event, well, not an event, but there's a yearly kind of thing called Swordtember, where it's supposed to take place in September. But each day is supposed to be a different prompt for a sword for this. And I just picked out the one from last year and rolled randomly, and the prompt that I got was gem. So that's basically the inspiration for this one. Is it's supposed to be kind of an actual like giant gemstone with a cutting edge. I'm not an artist. This is just practice for me. The entire reason why I'm streaming this is to kind of get that that accountability to actually do it. So yeah. gradient option on here? I don't even know. Okay. Gradient. Cool. That's a bit too dark. I'm seeing the interesting options. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That's not bad. That was not what I wanted. Let's. Why is that not working? That's definitely not what I wanted. Okay. Hey, Carter. Oh. So the app that I'm using right now is called Artflow. Oh, and there's actually a lot of things on here that I've never used before. So, which is kind of the point of me doing this in the first place. Just trying to practice and just learn a little bit of technique, learn more about the app itself. I mean, it's not quite as robust as Procreate is, but it actually has quite a bit more than I was expecting it to. And for the kind of stuff that I do, it's pretty nice. Let's go with that one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you missed a lot of the me waffling about what to do. Oh, I have a couple ideas of things I want to try, but just because of just work and life in general, I did not have a whole lot of time to contemplate them during the week. Oh, so I was just kind of at a loss when I was starting off. So what I ended up doing is I grabbed yeah, I kind of figured. I mean that's just the nature of time zones in general. But yeah, I grabbed the Sword Timber prompts from this year and just rolled randomly. And the prompt that I got was gem. So that's what kind of started this off. So, like, the idea was that it's basically the blade itself is one giant gemstone that's been carved on one side to have a sharp edge, and then they basically just jammed a handle onto it. So that's kind of the idea I had with this, which kind of works out well because I really like angles and edges and straight edges to my art usually. So this kind of lended itself to this way eventually. But yeah, it's just yeah. So yeah, basically the rest of this I'm just kind of guessing. But frankly, I'm just glad that this was also kind of not only just for the getting to the drawing, but okay, I'm gonna get rid of that. But also that's not what I wanted. This is also kind of I decided earlier today to redo basically my entire audio setup. So like one thing that these changes to my audio setup allow me to do now, which layer am I on? Maybe on this layer. Oh, I need to invert that. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Here we go. So like one of the things that this new yeah, I mean, because Swordtember is they have a prompt every day, that can get a little crazy. It's usually like my go-to for if I just need an idea, and because it gives you 30 different options. Yes, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, that's not just for artists; it's pretty much for adults in general right now. So, but yeah. So the Swordtember prompts end up being like my go-to for this kind of stuff. Just because I like I said, I like drawing weaponry, and eventually I do want to do something different than just a sword. But this was a good start. But yeah, also with my audio setup, like I was mentioning, one of the things that's actually kind of nice is the way I have it is the music that I'm listening to in my head right now, or in my ears, close enough, is actually different than the music that you're listening to right now on the stream. Because the stuff that I have on stream is royalty-free music that I was able to get off of a Humble Bundle a while back, and so I can freely use it on stream. But it's not necessarily the kind of music I want to listen to that gets me pumped up and like inspirated. Yes, inspired. So yeah, I can actually listen to something different than you guys listen to. Also, speaking of which, how is the sound? Like, how are the sound levels on the stream? If you're still there. Because again, this is the first time I've gotten a chance to use this, or to do it this way, so I'm not entirely sure about levels yet. Oh, yeah. Okay, if it's a little... Adjust that. Is that a little bit better? Oh, let me actually listen to it. What was that? Cool. And then I'll completely ignore that music that I just adjusted for you, and let's go back to my music. I'll... Yeah, just... It took me... I've been hesitant to change my audio setup because I'm using stuff that's basically held together by duct tape, paper clips, and hope. And I haven't changed anything in like 3 years because it was working and I didn't want to mess it up at all. And I was starting to feel a little bit ambitious this weekend. And actually specifically because of this, because I wanted, for this exact use case, I wanted to be able to play music on the stream because I knew otherwise it would just be quiet, which is boring. I want something for people to listen to on the stream. But I wanted to listen to my own music other than that and not get copyright strike. So this is actually kind of the basis of changing this whole audio setup. But hopefully everything's worked and hopefully everything's all right. I'm not entirely sure what else to do with this. I mean, obviously it's very simple. But for my current skill level, that's not necessarily a bad thing. let's try. What do I want to do with that? Which one am I looking for? That layer. Let's go. Wow, that's a very light one. Let's see. Let's just stick with foggy, I guess. Is that actually doing anything? I can't tell. Am I on the correct layer? Probably not. I think that is doing something. Yeah, it's definitely doing something. Okay. That's just very difficult to tell. Okay. Yeah, I can't really tell what I did with that. Whatever. Maybe... Okay, so I did add a little bit of dark shading on that side. Maybe I should do it on the other side as well. Foggy. That's not what I wanted. That's a bit much. It would be so much easier if I actually knew what I was doing. I'm not sure about any of this. Yeah, I mean, that is true. I mean, again, that's the entire point of doing this in the first place, is especially doing it on stream and telling a bunch of people online that I was going to do it, is just for the accountability of actually doing it. And again, now the fact that I know that all of this actually works, I might have to keep doing it. Which is both great and also stressful. I mean, it's less about... I think it's less about getting good and more about finding my style. I mean, there's definitely technique to be learned. Hey, September. Oh, excuse me, I burped. I mean, yeah, there's definitely technique to be learned. There's definitely things to learn about it, but there's also a degree of just trying to find my style, whatever that may be. Okay. Sorry, I'm jamming out to music that you guys can't hear to, or can't hear to. Yeah, thanks, September. It's not easy, but like Carter was saying earlier, you know, it's about learning, and again, the reason why I told people about it, why I mentioned it online, why I decided to make it a stream, and all this is so I'll actually sit down and do it. Because it's very easy if I'm just by myself, just like, I don't like what I'm doing, so I'm not going to do it. I mean, but again, this isn't about being good. There was a Swordtember this past year. I didn't see a whole lot about it, mainly because it's usually I think it's usually kind of advertised on X and Instagram, which are two places I'm not on. I'm just gonna throw my pen on the desk for no reason. Yeah, I didn't see anything mentioned on Blue Sky, so I didn't really think about it. But yeah, I couldn't think of what to draw at the beginning of the stream, so I was just like, I'm just gonna bring up the Swordtember post from this past year and just roll randomly. And the one that I got was Gem, so hence why I made this. I'll just leave it at that. Just this. I did propose. Okay, September. I did propose that to her. I did say that to Carter, but also I know that she's incredibly busy most of the time. So I left her an out of just whenever she is lacking inspiration for whatever reason, she has another source. But I'm not. That's up to her. Oh. I'm not entirely sure what else to do with this. I think this might be it for this one. But okay. Yeah, I kind of figured. So, well, either way, it gives me a level of accountability. Yeah, the thing is, September, so would I. I would like to know where the light source is too. Yeah, I've again, further proof that I've been intending to draw for a while and just haven't for a while. Yeah, I have the glove and everything, but this is like the first time I've actually had a tablet that I can feel comfortable drawing on. Oh, so this is what kind is this? It's a Lenovo tablet. Oh, and I got this summer. Oh, actually from my job, my place I work at, they do a yearly summer picnic, and they do a raffle or everyone in the shop gets a prize, but the raffle is more or less just for like which of the 4 different prizes you get. And I'm trying to remember which one I actually got, because after people get the prizes, they can trade with we can trade with people. Yeah, you can just trade with other people, and so I think I got something else. I don't even remember what it was, but um, I didn't want what I wanted or what I got. Someone else didn't want the tablet, so I traded them for it and got the tablet because I wanted a new tablet. Like the old one I had was one of those garbage Amazon tablets, the Amazon Fire tablets, which are just awful. I mean, they're barely functional for even like word processing, let alone trying to draw. This is nice because it came with the pen. Oh, the app I'm using has palm projection, so I can use my fingers to move the canvas, but it won't draw. So it'll only draw with the pen, which I think is awesome. And the pen is actually pretty accurate. You know, it's for what I'm used to. It's pretty much instant. There's like no real delay or lag or in it, which is nice. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna look up the Sword Timber prompts again and see if there's another one I like. I mean, I probably won't. I didn't want you to go there. The problem is it's like if I put anything on this screen, it just cuts off the wireless display. Okay, let's see what other Sword Timber prompts. Stop going there. Again. No, I'm not using Procreate. It's a program for Androids called Artflow. I don't have well, actually do have an iPad, but it's actually for my kids, and it's like, I don't know, 5-6 years old. And it's just gonna spin for a little bit, so we're just gonna stop that from doing its thing. All right. Oh, so I picked this app, Artflow, because I got it a while ago. I think it's a relatively cheap for yeah, Gem was 17. I actually just wanted to see like what other ones they have on here. See if there's one that kind of speaks to me. Come on. There it goes. So like we got a couple. I do think it's interesting how they have canine, feline, and rodent right in a row. Carved. Would be interesting. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Still got my dice roller on here. Sorry, 1 second. I'll. Sorry, I might have to either end soon or at the very least take a break. Looks like my wife might need my help for a little bit. But before I do that, okay, so we're going to get rid of 17 because I just did that. D30. Ugh. I don't really want to do that one either. How would you even do that? So the number I got was 2, which is moss. I'm not even sure how I would even do that. Or I could just try to do something not prompted and more just something I want to do. And now it's going to mess with this again. Okay, cool. That's just going to crash. Because reasons. Eco-punk kind of thing. Neverstone covered in overgrowth. I mean, you've heard me say it. It's like, if you're not doing tech support at some point during your stream, is it really a live stream? But I think at the very least, I'll take a short break just to see. My wife's been texting me. She probably might need help getting the kids to bed or something. So I'm going to at the very least take a short break and go from there. So I will be back shortly. But yeah, everyone, thanks for stopping by. If you end up leaving before I get back, but yeah, thank you, I appreciate it. But I will be right back, and yeah. probably help if I actually had my microphone unmuted. I was saying that I did change my audio setup, so I just wanted to make sure things were still kosher. Like, is the music level good and that kind of stuff? I just want to make sure. Okay. Hmm. Just trying to think of what else to draw. Like, start sketching up. Um, so there's two kinds of weapons that I really like, especially more in science fiction than fantasy, but you could still find it in fantasy as well. There's really two kinds of weapons I like. Ones that are indirectly manipulated and ones that are integrated. What I mean by that is indirectly manipulated. By that I mean they aren't held in the hand, but they're manipulated basically like kind of force-like. Where they're floating around the target, around the person or whatnot. I don't necessarily like them to be completely autonomous. I do like them to be like gestures have to, or like motions have to be made to manipulate them, but they're not manipulated physically. They're manipulated more through like an energy source or something like that. Or like I said, they're integrated. So like weapons that are actually like built into like a gauntlet or something like that. Oh, I really like those kinds of things, which is probably one of the reasons why I like Iron Man and War Machine are like my two favorite Marvel superheroes, because all of their weaponry is integrated into their suits. So I like that. Might have to think about something, think about how to do those, try to visualize those. But you know, I think in the meantime, I think I'll end the stream right now. Was able to get at least one weapon done, and I'll probably try to keep doing this a little bit more often, just to get the practice, get some seat time in, so to speak. But again, I'm glad that it seems like my audio setup seems to be working pretty well too. So I think I got that pretty well situated. I'll have to make a couple adjustments to my Stream Deck. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be good for today. So everyone, thanks for stopping by. Carter, thanks for stopping by. September, a couple people earlier in the stream, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. Maybe play some other games or something before I go to bed and go from there. Everyone, have a good night. See ya. Bye.